Nature isn't as quiet as you think it is. It is loud, so incredibly loud, but not in the way you're familiar with. Not with the growls and snarls of animals, the sound of the wind whirling, or even the waves crashing upon the sand. It speaks and it sings in every little breath and movement. When the stars twinkle, it's music. The knot in a tree, a single message of the trunk's thoughts and memories. Every ocean current, a murmur of the path it has yet to take. And all of these small intricacies of the world press upon me, willing me to lend my ears to their thoughts and desires, their life and their future. It's overwhelming. And yet, if I had to turn my back on the song that follows my every step, that rocks me to sleep as I slumber beneath the night sky, only emptiness awaits. I'd be falling back into a hollow life, straining for something that is always just beyond my reach. And so I'm here, blooming with the melody that grows every day, continuing to listen to the song that guides me until I'm able to play along. And one day, I'll compose my own aria to sing amongst the stars.
There is a great war emerging, a war between righteousness and evil, the light and the darkness, between the truth and the lies. As this great war wages right beneath the surface, it threatens to drown whom it touches. The war for my soul threatens to tear me apart. The truth of the great Triton protector has shown me the lies of a false god who deceived my tribe, the Nalos. Now they remain manipulated by the lies and isolated from the other Tritons. Within my body, the light of Prasanna ignites a great flame, but I have been touched by the darkness of the Shadowfell. The divine light and the shadows have given me the blessings to use my powers to help and defend the individuals of this world. May my mind, heart, and soul be filled with righteousness and not fully engulfed in the evils that have influenced my people. May I have the strength to face my indiscretions of my past and save the Nalos from certain death. May I find balance through this war, to use my love and the pain that I have endured to protect the very people that mean the world to me. For my new tribe, my new family. This war remains, but I will fight it gladly until I become one with the protector of the infinite seas, Proximus.
Hey! Hi! I don't have time for this. No offense, very busy. Hand me that red flask. The one on the left. Your other left. Oh, it's Winnie, sea scavenger extraordinaire. Shouldn't she be scavenging? Yes, I should. But no, there's things out there. Star things. Powerful things. World-changing things that need to be investigated. There's something... Jeffrey, don't eat that. Something I know I knew. There's so much I don't remember. Don't know. I have to relearn it. But how? So, I'm here, experimenting. Trying not to set the ship on fire. I don't even know what I'm looking for, exactly. Can a star be created? Can you get close to making a star? How do you reverse engineer the biggest magical object you've ever come across when you don't even have it anymore? See, I'm really good at the questions, but all I'm finding so far are more of them and no answers. Well, and a potion that makes you, really strong, but that's not what I wanted. Hey, do you... No, Jeffrey, don't eat that!
The freedom was what I was searching for. I found it in the crumbled remains of a statue. I found it in the sails of a stolen warship. I found it in a spark. Or a flame, rather. But I know it's not real. The shadows that wither and watch at night remind me of that. Each soul that I've marked in order to protect others reminds me. It all reminds me that I wasn't strong enough to stand on my own. I couldn't escape without selling my soul to an even worse evil. Or what was left of my soul anyways. It wants to consume all it can. All the power that Domaris has to offer, all the life that it can take. I can't let it take any more than it already has, any more than I've already given. I will not be the reason that this world ends. Come hell or high water, this can only end one way. Because I have too much to lose if it doesn't. I can't lose it all again. I won't lose it all again. Not this time, you fickle fit bastards.
I shall not see a world that will be dear to me. Woods without fruit, fishless seas. I am Fiach of the Rowan. Trouble's coming, and as per usual, I have to be right in the middle of it. Guess it's what I signed on for. Not that I had much choice in the matter.
Waves crash on the beach of an endless sea. In them you hear a voice, a beckoning lore you have heard so many times before. It is the song of the horizon. She calls to you. She sings of endless wonders and untold horrors, of golden promises and dire warnings, and you know her song. It has always been there. Listen, can you hear it? The wind is in your favor, the tide is rising, the sea is yours for the taking, and your ship awaits. Fair winds and following seas, brave mariner. May fortune find you when the horizon calls. Ahoy and welcome to Horizon's Call, everybody. I am Derek Sword. I use he, him pronouns. I am very excited to have you all here. I should say that Sword is my real last name. Yes, it's awesome. No, you can't have it. I am your guiding compass as we navigate, that's a word, as we navigate the treacherous seas of Domaris, this homebrew world that I have built for this game, which is to say that I am heavily affected by magnets. I am joined by these very lovely folks who I will have introduce themselves in just a moment. But before we do that, I do want to give a couple of updates to a couple of things. First of all, happy National Dog Day. There are no dogs currently in this game. That doesn't, I guess there are salty dogs, so you have that. My players have not requested canines, and nor would I give them to them because that's just dangerous to put a dog on a boat. If you enjoy this game, if you enjoy this cast, if you enjoy the story that we tell, you can support us by donating through our Pally. I shouldn't say donate, by tipping us through our Pally. Pally.gg is a great tool that we have found that evenly distributes everything you're able to give to these lovely folks and our production crew. If you give anything, it's much appreciated. It can impact our game, but we prefer you do that instead of giving through Twitch, because Twitch, it goes directly to the channel, but also less of it goes directly to the channel. Twitch does take its cut, so bear that in mind. And also another note, if you were to check in our chat for discount codes, we unfortunately can no longer use, or cannot currently use, I should say, the Friday Tea discount code. They are Friday Teas is I think temporarily ending their affiliate program because the tools that they have used to give the money back to the affiliates just hasn't worked. So they are looking to find something else that will work. So in that intermediate time, you cannot use the Sword and Key code, but you can use Sword and Key code at Greenleaf Geek and get some really cool stuff there. So check that out. Also, we have at Sword and Key 2 open casting calls with another one on the way, actually multiple ones on the way, but 2 currently open. Should you want to apply to those, you can go to literally any of our social media, except for Instagram, I think, but it's even on our beacons, beacons.ai/Sword and Key. You can find the applications there. They're on our Twitter, they're on our Blue Sky, and you can apply them. We have a one-shot, we have a 12-week campaign, both 5e, both with some really fun themes that I will be running both. So check those out as well. That all said, I'm going to go around and have these lovely people say more about themselves. So, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out.
Hi, I'm Mare. You can find me on all applicable social medias at Archmage of Dice. That includes Twitter, Tumblr, and Blue Sky. I'm playing your lovely Soul Knife Rogue Star Druid Centaur Acacia, who is currently a bird. And even though we don't have that Friday Tea discount code, you should still buy Friday Tea.
Absolutely. You should definitely still buy Friday Tea. That is phenomenal. There is an endless selection. We still support Friday in every way that we can, even without that 10% code. Thank you, Mare. Next up, Eva.
Hi, hello. It's me, Eva. I use she, her pronouns, and today I am playing your slightly endangered sea elf artificer, alchemical artificer, Winnie, also she, her pronouns.
Fantastic. I don't know what you're talking about endangered. You're just with some storm giants. What is the worst that could happen? Next up is our continuing return guest, LD.
Hey, it's me, LD, or Lady Dame. Whoa. Hello, brain. There we go. I use she, her pronouns, and also I was just thinking about Friday Tea, and among another couple of things, because also, y'all, I'm working on a new tea with Friday. It's going to be really good. But today I'll be playing the lovely, sensual bird girl, who is currently a very large bird girl, Fia of the Rowan, who, for those of you who are curious, she is an Order of the Profane Soul Blood Hunter with a level in Rogue. So if you're wondering how the hell she's doing all that she's doing in all of the cool stuff that's why. It's just like literally just built her that way. Anyway, I made her like that because she's so cool. Okay, that's all.
She just made like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love that she is sensual and not profane, though her soul may be. Thank you, LD. Next up, Mikyl.
Hi, fam. I'm Mikyl. He, him pronouns. I'm playing Proximus, your Triton Shadow Sorcerer, Paladin with the Guardian of the Infinite Seas oath, our homebrew, Paladin oath. So yeah, come check us out on the Discord channel. That's where I post most of my art, and then you can find me at Mikyl Sandoval everywhere else.
We are weirdly making a lot of content for Horizon's Call, including an upcoming, we'll call it a one-shot, but I guess a spin-off between Acacia and Fia that will be recorded tomorrow and put out. I don't know when. I haven't talked to them about it.
I wouldn't say it's a spin-off. It's just like more.
I'm thinking full-on buddy cop spin-off at this point, but we'll talk. No, I don't know if that's going to be behind a paywall or how we're going to put that out. I haven't talked to them about it. I will do so, and I will let you all know.
We'll figure it out.
Can we just say really quick how awkward and awful it would be for Fia and Acacia to the like back-to-back pose? Is it just me that thinks that doesn't work super well?
Not going to work at all.
It does not.
All right. Well,
it's like get your feathers out of my face.
Get your ass out of my feathers.
Yeah.
I feel like the best we get is Fiat like perched on top on Acacia's back with like wings spread out. So we've got like just then we go full like chimera looking hell beast situation.
It's very totemic in that sense. Absolutely.
A little bit.
Well, I was going to see if you had the recap because I forgot. So, who does have the recap? Let's see.
I don't think it's me. I think it's Eva, right? No, Eva did.
Who did it last week?
I did it last week.
Eva, then I think.
Mikyl did last week. Eva did. Eva, you were up. Did
cool.
you prepare? You got this.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Super glad we discuss it every week except this past week. Okay.
I am happy to do it as long as you take disadvantage on all of your rolls for this session.
Every single roll.
What?
Just give you a level of exhaustion. No, I'm kidding.
Including the ones I have advantage on.
I am happy to do the recap if you need it.
Winnie has to go through the next 3 sessions as level 5. Okay, so we awoke last session to Marcus flipping out, justifiably so, because Scarlet was missing. She's still missing, which kind of sucks. No note, no nothing, just her shell phone, some old journal thing, a necklace, and that might be it, because I didn't write that stuff down. Anyway, so he rallies us and wants to go off in search of Scarlet, abandoning our mission, and doesn't have any idea where she is. We are in an ocean, a literal ocean. He's hot, but he's not too bright. So we calm him down a little bit and decide eventually that he will go scouting with some vague direction. Thanks to Rollin and Acacia and all of us really kind of using our heads for getting him kind of off to where maybe the sirens might have because there's a lot of investigation with Fia and Proximus and Winnie a little bit too, and Dog Acacia, and we decided that the sirens probably took her, so she's probably not dead. Otherwise, she'd probably just be dead in her cabin, right? Maybe. So we lost Marcus and Cross's Mercy, but they'll be back probably. And we continued on to the Storm Giants, and we thought we would sneak up on them. To be fair, 2 of us are still sneaking. Fia and I are not so sneaking anymore. We are talking to the Stormcaller Giantess. Well, Fia is. I'm just sort of trying to be social and pleasant. While Acacia and Proximus have found probably the king. I think they're still sneaky. He doesn't look so hot. Or good. He doesn't look well. But we're all still alive. Probably, as far as any of us know. And, yeah, I probably should have consulted my notes somewhat during that recap, but I think that's pretty much all the news that's fit to print.
I think that was stellar. Okay. Thank you, Eva. That was very good. Let's go ahead and get some other music going here. Because yes, as Winnie, as Eva did indicate, you all have split the party. 2 and 2. Nice and even down the middle. Fia and Winnie find yourselves speaking with the Stormcaller, a large storm giantess who has her hair pulled back into this very ornate covering. She is wearing these almost metallic looking gloves, which when she moves her fingers sparks kind of are cast in between them. And she is otherwise dressed in robes with like almost decorative armor bits here and there. You also saw that there are numerous other storm giants who are themselves in full armor with these large crests on their helmets, and most of them are carrying these large blades that actually don't have points to them. They're like executioner's blades, so often they will end either in a flat point or almost in like a half circle. Proximus and Acacia, meanwhile, are yet undetected and have gone to the exposed, the not underwater part of this particular storm giant kingdom. And they have seen who they believe to be some sort of royalty, probably the storm giant king, as they did identify that he is wearing the ring that they are looking for, the Elder Ring. He was leaning on his massive blade and was this emaciated figure with what is left of the muscle and tendon just hanging off the bones, long white beard, this very drawn face with his eyes still crackling with bright electricity. and kind of leaning in this throne room. So I want to cut back to Winnie and Fia, as a conversation at least has been broached. Fia did present that she was an omen caller of a sort, a prophecy teller, and you do have the interest of this individual. Um, so she does she's looking interested. She did pull Winnie out of Winnie's invisibility, and Winnie, as she did that, she does kind of wrap her hand almost. She doesn't touch you, but the way that she's able to move the water almost causes you to spin in place as she kind of wraps her hand around where you are, causing this little current tunnel. And she's just looking curiously at the both of you. What would you like to do?
Really? We don't want to talk about that cryptic remark the Storm King made last time? No, that's fine. Okay, great.
Oh,
We'll
yeah,
get to
yeah,
it. We'll
I
get
mean,
to it.
Yeah, we'll get to that. You guys didn't hear that. You all didn't hear that.
I think Fioc's going to try and continue this conversation. You know, I find it interesting your remark about the storm giants being agents of destruction. I follow a goddess of war and blood, which is also, I know a thing or two about destruction. I'm a harpy, you know of my kind. We feast on our fathers. Trust me when I say I respect the destruction you and your kind can bring. The destruction I am speaking of is so much more than that. It is not the destruction that brings chaos and new things to bear. It is the destruction of the world as we know it.
Well, that is something to fear then, isn't it?
My goddess
All
sent
right.
me here because she thinks the thing that you possess, the thing that your people possess, can either cause the destruction that brings about new things, or it can cause the destruction of all. The people that I travel with, this little artificer here, she and her kind, my goddess has told me, can help us bring the kind of chaos that we need.
Chaos that we need.
I also have a
Interesting
god
way.
of war and destruction, if that helps.
It doesn't.
Okay.
So say I give you this item of destruction, find it for you, acquire it for you, whatever you need. You then take it, destroy it. Her eyes. Go ahead.
I kind of look at Winnie at this point, sort of shooting a glance.
Her eyes also turn to Winnie, just this shot of electricity that shifts over to you. And almost in the water, it's like little spotlights, both shooting from her eyes with the light that's emanating from them, just singling out Winnie in this otherwise because it's storming above. There's very little light that's coming through here. The water is murky. You're at a depth where even light would kind of be partially coming through anyway. And it's like, Winnie, you've been hit by like submarine spotlights almost. Dimmer than that, but you are singled out. And you can almost see like the brine and plankton moving, the silt kind of moving around you.
Winnie's just gonna smile and nod.
I asked a question.
I thought Fia had answered it. I
asked what you'll do with this object. Will you keep it? Will you use it? Will you destroy it? You are one of artifice. You know of magical items. Can you be trusted with this item? Any more than we are?
Oh yes, I'm not that sort of artificer. I I do more with like potions and stuff. No, we'll just probably destroy it. That destroying it seems like that would keep it out of the most people's hands or paws or
Roll
what have
deception.
you. I can do that. Does it help if when he does kind of want to destroy it?
Well, that's not what you're doing, though, is it? You've told Roland that you're going to bring it back. So I think even if that's what Winnie
But
wants to do.
To be fair, we were deceiving Roland. We are hiding it.
But we don't have plans to destroy it.
No, that's true. I didn't turn off hardware acceleration. That's my fault. 17.
Okay.
I don't remember if it's been discussed with Fia what the plan for this ring is, as far as she's concerned. Anyway,
I leave that to all of you. You have had enough time to inform Fia what the plan is, even if it didn't happen on screen. So
yeah, I
leave
thought
it
we
to
did.
I leave this hot mess up
it
to
may
you.
have been discussed, and I may have forgotten because that's
I don't
how
think
that
we
goes,
talked
too.
about it in game.
Okay, great.
I really.
I'm okay with
but-
telling Fia.
Same. And now, I feel like we would have discussed it on the ship like prior.
Yeah.
God, I really thought it was like part of the whole why is it safer with you, like the conversation that Fia basically prompted with us. Anyway.
Yeah, probably. I feel like it was vaguely talked about, and I may just not have remembered the details. Sort of how it goes. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Either way, yes.
She would know what the plan was, regardless.
Winnie, I need an intelligence saving throw.
Maybe. Oh, it's going a little faster. Sorry, I just don't have room to roll like real dice.
You're okay.
Anybody have guidance?
No.
I have guidance.
Oh.
Did you see my roll? 12, thank God, because that was a 1 on the die.
Jeez.
Winnie, you see her eyes narrow at you, and you start to feel this pressure in your mind. Almost like you've swam too deep, but just in your head. And you are going to take 26 points of damage, psychic damage, as her face twitches just slightly, and you feel like the worst headache you've ever felt, like the worst migraine just shoots through your mind like electricity. And I'm not going to pose anything on you, but she goes to like put her hand out beneath you to make sure that you don't fall anywhere. And even if, you just kind of drift for a second, she'll just kind of hold this. The hand is as big as you are, probably bigger. Winnie is a little tiny. And she goes, "If you lie to me again, I will make it hurt more. Do not come into my home and spread falsehoods." And the fingers curl just a little bit before she just lets you go.
Winnie's going to look around, because this is like an old temple, right?
You're in a fortress. So let me look sure what map you're
Does
on.
it look like people
on.
actually live here, or like they're visiting for whatever this event is they're doing?
This is, it is a fortress. It is likely that this is what they have held for a very long time. It is weathered in the sense that it is underwater, but it likely was constructed for storm giants by storm giants, because it is also to their stature.
Okay.
So the map on Roll20 should show where you all are. You all are in this massive courtyard. So there are all these battlements and everything. It's possible that this fortress was above the waves at some point. Potentially not. There are aspects of it which don't even have roofs, which would kind of make sense if, why have a roof underwater?
Mm-hmm.
But yes, there are certain weathered parts to it. It is an ancient fortress, and you kind of get from the storm giants that you've seen that it is highly understaffed.
I'm not going to criticize her employee situation at the moment. Um, but good to know. Um,
I want to cut over to do you have I'm sorry, Wendy, do you have one more thing?
no, I'm good there.
I,
I
w-
want to
I,
cut over,
w-
please.
I would love to just send like a quick little mind link, like over it's a little like thought over to the two on the to our two other folks
Yeah.
and just
Yeah, you do have the mind link for another 8 hours. So yeah, go for it.
as a like, how's it going? Things are tense. Tell me you have better news.
We'll get back to you in
And
5.
with that, we will cut over to Acacia and Proximus. So again, you are in this rotunda. It is there is no ceiling to it. You might compare this to almost a Parthenon-esque type structure, circular with these very large arched windows that almost themselves are like columns. It does have a surface that runs around the top edge, but the storm rages above and regularly is shooting down lightning bolts that will crackle against the structure itself or against these 4 columns, which really hold up nothing, but seem to be exchanging electricity almost like Tesla coils, just shooting electricity back and forth. And again, you have this single storm giant, this very emaciated individual. And you all would watch. The thing I did forget, he is wearing a crown. His crown is made of the figureheads of multiple different ships that are all attached to this iron-looking band around his skull. And you all would watch as he is struck by a bolt of lightning. And he jolts just a little bit as it hits him, but otherwise does not react. So Acacia is still an Osprey, and Proximus is still invisible. What would you two like to do? And I will move the map over for the both of you.
Can you just remind us of what he said when he...
What? Yeah. He said something to us.
I believe he said something along the lines of, "You've come to visit me one last time before the end."
Proximus, should we land? Should we respond?
Oh, I wonder who he's talking to. Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid it's us. How we can, even if we weren't quiet as we possibly can, there's a storm going on. It's not exactly quiet.
No.
But also, I've never dealt with a giant before, so...
Oh, this is my first too. I hope he's gentle. So can I do an insight check or maybe investigation to figure out what he is referring to?
Yeah, let's say insight.
All right.
May I also roll insight?
Certainly.
Okay.
Oh, I am proficient. But it is a 9.
I got an 8 plus 7, which I think is 15.
Yikes.
Okay. Approximately, even with a 9, you would be able to pick up that his head is drooped, but he lifts it slightly as the bolt hits. What I'll give you with the 9 is that the eyes don't seem to look around. That likely this individual, the storm giant, is sight impaired. He is blind. That though he has the electricity behind his eyes, he looks in the way a person who is not looking at anything in particular might. There's no perceptive distance behind his eyes. And you kind of pick up that he does not see you, will not see you. Acacia, in addition to that, you notice that he has turned his head slightly to where he's almost turning an ear towards where the two of you are. And the other thing that I'll give you with that insight with 15 is that you can swear when he was struck by that bolt of lightning that he grew even thinner.
Real quick, since Winnie took damage, what is the Constitution saving throw for concentration spells?
10. It's either 10 or half of the damage.
Mhm.
Depending on what's higher.
Whatever's higher.
Yeah.
So
it'd be 13.
okay. I'm just gonna because if I lose it, Proximus loses invisibility.
I thought
And
one
I-
of them was a potion. Oh no! Oh, that's right. No, yours is the potion.
You cast it on me. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
I have advantage. The first one was 23, so I
Nice.
keep it, right? Yeah.
Retain
okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I just wanted to keep
Oh, no,
myself
that's,
honest on that
that's
one.
important.
So it's like it's the first time I've
Something
had
that I forget all the
I've gotten
time.
to use Warcaster for concentration. So
Oh, right. Yeah. I forget I have that.
Proximus, I think he knows we're here.
Yes, I think we definitely can have a conversation with him, right?
Cautiously get closer, but not too close. Definitely stay away from the lightning.
Yes.
So Acacia, I will ask then, because ospreys can't really like hover. Are you going to perch on Proximus's shoulder? Do you want to like
I was
soar
thinking
above?
about this. I would like to perch on Proximus's shoulder, but I can't really find him right now.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
Where you
it's
at?
just like a
More to the
standing bird.
left.
Can
Yeah.
Yeah.
if I can sit on your shoulder, I'd appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll get on the ground.
Do you want to address him, or do you want me to in mind link? This is the conversation that I'm having.
Considering I am bird, you should
Yeah.
probably start. And if I need to, I'll use my best judgment on whether I'm going to cut in or not.
Considering I am bird. Yes.
Yeah.
Because I do not want to drop this unless I have to, but I also don't want to have to drop the mind link with the other two unless I
Ah.
have to.
Can I move cautiously to the right? So let's see if I can.
Yeah, so you all
right
are
here
in this
ish.
Yeah. You all are in this structure that is made of fulgurite. I think I'm saying that right. Which is
Fulgurite.
essentially
I think it's fulgurite.
fulgurite. Yeah.
Fulgurite.
Yeah, I think I'm adding an M to it.
Yeah.
Fulgurite, which is sand that has been struck by lightning, and this is a structure of it, which means it is struck by lightning many, many times, but almost artistically so. And there also is a large pool at the center, which you can see that live fish are swimming in a school, almost circling around it. You cannot tell how deep that is. But yes, you may absolutely move up there. And I will move, if Acacia is hanging on your shoulder, we'll move Acacia there as well.
Need to do some like finagling of just like, am I close to your arm? Just tell me when to go down.
I feel like I would put my hand underneath your talons, just so you know
up.
where I'm at. You could feel me. Yeah.
Perfect.
Great Storm Giant King, we are here, Acacia and myself, I am Proximus. We are here venturing out for a relic that you might know of.
His face doesn't turn to look you. In fact, the ear kind of like is shifting to wherever you are, and his face does scrunch up a little bit. And I can't hear you, son. Speak up. I'll move closer.
Oh, this is where I wish I had thaumaturgy.
Hold on, Proximus. Give me 1 second. Thea, Winnie, I'm sorry to do this, but I do need to cut off the mind link. Good luck. Sorry.
Did you want to give them an update before you cut it off? You did say you would update them in
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay,
I just
true,
want
that's
to
fair. Yeah,
throw
yeah,
that
yeah.
out there.
Okay, I will give you the quick update of there is a giant up here. Very old, very emaciated. We're gonna talk to him, and he can't hear us very well. We're gonna.
Does he have the ring?
Yes,
Okay.
I will tell him. I'll tell y'all he has the ring.
okay, we have a magic giant storm color lady who's not being very nice or hospitable. Does if you're talking to him, Proximus, do you still need to be invisible? Do you want to be visible?
I don't think he can actually see us. I believe it is okay for us to. You can fully drop it. Yes.
Okay, thanks. Just in case I gotta, like, scram. Okay, be safe. Love you. Bye.
You too.
Okay, after that, and I will put a mind link between myself, Proximus, and the king. It's only an hour.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. We don't need that long. Hopefully.
At that, you are able to connect to this king. And what would you like to say?
Is this better?
Yes,
Can you
I
hear me
hear-
now?
I
you
can
hear
hear
me
you quite clearly. It has been quite some time since someone has spoken to me in my own mind. I don't recognize your voices. Are you...
I am Proximus. I am a Triton from the Nalos.
I do not know the Nalos, nor do I know a Proximus. Why have you come?
We have come in search of an artifact, something that has been lost to the ages.
A friend of ours said that it is here.
I am the mighty king Thry. No, I'm sorry. Skjor. I'm sorry, I was giving the wrong name. I am the mighty king Skjor. I have many artifacts. I have many great items under my kingdom. I was a great warrior who procured many magical gifts. And I am not one known for my generosity in giving them away. But I will listen to you, as I am a man who is facing his end. What is it that you have come for?
Great Kingskill, I think that I would like to know more about you, and then maybe what you need. We can help. We are not here for a handout, but maybe we can help you at the end of your life, like you say, and in exchange for this artifact. But I don't know you, and you don't know me, or us, or what we are here for, or what we can do for you. So maybe it's just us getting to know you. And I'd like to roll persuasion.
Please.
Oh, nice. That is plus 9. 25.
Very well. Flattery will, in fact, get you somewhere. I am the mighty King Skjor. I am the giant that united the storm giants, he who has ridden the tempest for my many years. I have slayed entities of great darkness, and I have harnessed the thunder as I do my own voice. And here I sit. And here I shall die. Very soon, in fact. And I wonder if all of those great deeds, all of those trinkets I collected, all of those beasts that I slayed, if any of it will matter. If on the other side I will find my ancestors waiting for me, or if I will find my enemies with blades drawn. I'm not sure which one I deserve. But you, small Triton, and friend,
Acacia.
Acacia, come to me here when no others would. That is something I suppose I can appreciate in a certain way. Tell me of
Great
yourselves,
king.
then. Yes.
I come from a warrior background also, and sometimes I ask myself the same question. Were all of the fights, were all of the wars and battles worth all of the fight, all of the things that we have done? Is it worth it in the end? Or am I going to be lost to the memories of the people around me when I leave? But what I can say, if you are the great king warrior that you speak of, you have united all of your people, something that I wish for in my own life. That is inspiration. And they say kings only die twice. Once when your body leaves this world, and the second when they forget your name. But I don't think they will forget your name. You united all of your people together.
And there are
That is
at
something
least
that nobody can say that they have done in the history.
and there are at least two not of your people that will not forget.
They must make beings with silver tongues outside of this kingdom, but your words are appreciated nonetheless. I want to cut back to Winnie and Fia. So, Winnie, you have just been struck with this psychic damage. Fia, I think you'd be able to tell that Winnie has been struck with this psychic damage.
Sure.
But yes, the storm giantess, she has placed her hand on her Winnie. Winnie has stabilized. She looks to both of you and eyes darting back and forth. I apologize. I have perhaps been harsh. You have to understand that I care much for our people and our future, and so much of it has been lost already that strangers such as yourselves are dangerous. Nevertheless, I am Stormcaller to Frauga, and I will do what I can to make sure that this world does not end as you say it will.
No, but that's really sad. Um, I mean, thanks, for listening. But is there anything anyone can do to help you preserve things? Also, just to be clear, I'm pretty sure I had already dropped invisibility on Winnie.
Yes.
Yeah. So I will actively have done that with Proximus.
Okay.
When we talked about it. Just
My people need a leader that will guide them into the future. We had one. And she kind of looks up now and almost examines the swirling storm. Almost gone. With no one to replace him. So I feel we must find something else. Someone else. And I mean no offense, little sea elf, but I don't believe that is you.
no, that's fair. I was thinking like a library or uh anthropologists or sociologists or something. But sure. Uh what what's happening to him?
He is coming to his natural end.
That's an
Oh.
impressive feat. And speaks highly of him that he gets to live to his natural end.
Many have said the same. And yet he leaves us with no one behind. Perhaps a great failure in his otherwise unmarked history.
Nobody's perfect.
So you say. Well, enough of my troubles. You have not come here to solve those, it seems. What item is it that you seek?
Oh, you've probably seen it. It's like this. It's a ring. It's pretty big, and it is like a goldeny brassy color, I think. Um, that's Eva thinking. Um, and it's got some etchings on it, like runes and stuff. That you probably can't read. I can't read it.
There's no role for this. You're being completely honest. Um, but her eyes narrow just the same, and her mouth tightens in kind of like middle-aged white woman sort of way.
No.
Her hair comes loose and it's just this like sharp cut directly under her ears.
No!
It's so weird.
Weird.
Real
Can I
quick,
speak to the manager, please?
where is your captain?
Where is your king?
To be clear, just because of the way you phrased that, am I missing a major descriptor that Winnie probably would have included, but I, Eva, have explicitly forgotten?
I don't think so. I mean, you described
Okay,
it pretty
good.
well. Yeah.
Good, okay. I was intending to. Yeah. Um,
I
Yeah.
believe I have seen the item of which you speak. I am not certain that it is an item that my people would be willing to give up.
I mean,
But
if I'm just saying, we
Well-
can like do trades and stuff. Like, I get not wanting to just like give it away. That's silly.
trade.
I mean, I'd appreciate it if you gave it to us, but like you just met us.
It is not mine to give.
You in the general sense, the royal sense. You as a people, not you specifically. Unless it happens to be your ring, but I'm guessing it's
It
not.
is not. No.
Mm.
Perhaps you should then talk to its owner. I had left him, but doesn't hurt to check in right now.
That would
Keep
be
your
most
heads
kind
down.
of you. Oh, yes, of course.
And she, with an arm that like casts a current out as she spreads it, and she has this long like robe that's attached by bracelets at the wrist, which kind of drapes down. All this kind of flowing material with these very intricate designs on it. Gestures for you all to head towards where you know the tower to be.
Oh, good.
Winnie's gonna do a little swim scamper in that direction. Is she still holding little Jeffrey like a giant plush animal in one
if
arm?
you want to.
But if she gets close to Fia, hey, can we just like hold hands real quick for like solidarity? 'Cause she's really scary.
Of course, Sweetling.
Yeah.
Frankly, she find her
okay.
very intimidating.
Thanks. Yeah, that's a good word for her. And Winnie is pitching it like, I mean, this woman can like read their minds or whatever, but she's still pitching it low, audibly low.
I'll admit I could use your help a little bit. I'm a little this whole like swimming under the water sort of thing is not my specialty.
Oh, yeah. I've never swum with wings before. You are probably, well, probably not going to want to use all of your limbs at the same time. Let's just, unless the giantess lady, like, is going to take us all the way there, in which case your wings would, like, maybe act as a sail.
Right.
But if not, Yeah, let's try this. Um, and
Even just a guide to help me get through where I'm going. I'm sure a few practice strokes will
yeah,
get me to where I'll get it figured out, but I definitely could use like a guide through here, holding hands and such.
yeah. Normally I'd say just kick, but no, I think with your probably better for like the story. She's gonna like mime some. I guess they're in the water, so it wouldn't be miming. She's gonna like show some of the easier potential strokes for um yeah. Worst case,
Tofralga will look back at the Winnie trying to teach Fia how to swim, and will just place a hand under the two of you, kind of like almost cupped around the back of you, so that you are moving against the water. There's a certain G force to
oh
it,
thank you God.
and before too long, you find yourselves in front of these massive stone steps, taller than either of you individually would be. And she takes her hand and places it under your feet. And as the water is washing out of her palm, you rise out of the ocean and are once again in this pelting rain and this tempestuous environment as lightning and thunder strike down all around. And she stops for a moment and looks to the two of you. I don't believe that I received either of your names.
Oh. I am Fia of the Rowan of the Harbingers,
And
sworn to the
I'm Winnie.
Morrigan.
I did tell you my name.
You're right.
So,
Where
but not
do
mine.
where do you call home, Winnie?
Fall Emerald.
I have never been there.
Oh.
Perhaps I will visit sometime.
Oh.
That would be pretty good. And I'm just realizing that very rudely, I don't know as uh the farm has many accommodations befitting uh people of your size. Maybe we should work on that.
Hmm.
Huh.
Probably for the best. Giants and farms rarely mix. We tend to see them as buffets, and most people don't appreciate that.
That's understandable.
And she goes walking up these steps. The water just, I mean, like oil, like water off a duck's back, I should say. Um, just comes right off of her, even though there's still like this glisten, almost like there's this like shimmer to her blue skin. And she goes walking up these steps, and you feel a slight jolt as you both are being held. Just she's not like trapped you in her hands. There is a flat palm, but she is almost like presenting you. And as she reaches the top of the steps, you see the same structure that Proximus and Acacia have seen. And she places you down right at the entrance. And you would probably be able to see it is far enough away, but there is the king. He has turned an ear towards Acacia and Proximus. And the two of you would see the same thing. Would see this storm caller arriving with the other two of your friends. One of them no longer invisible, and has placed them down.
Can we actually,
And he turns his attention.
Can we
Go
actually
ahead.
switch back to us before they
Absolutely.
arrive?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I feel like we did not get as much out of the conversation as we could have.
Yeah, we can do a little bit before they actually get there.
Yeah.
So, yes, he has paid attention to both of you. He has given you his story. He has asked for your story.
Well, unlike Proximus, I'm not from underneath the waves. I'm from far to... Oh, geez, I think it's the southeast from here? From an island called Soteria.
What
Originally.
sort of being are you, Acacia?
Right now, I'm a bird. Normally, I'm a centaur.
I have befriended many birds in my life. Never a centaur.
I don't expect they're very common out here.
Can't say that they are.
I'm probably one of a very few who have actually gotten on ships as often as I have.
Are you a being of great deeds, Acacia of Soteria?
I don't think so. Maybe some infamous ones, but I wouldn't say they're great. I tend to not enjoy or look for any deeds that would put my name out there.
I see. A faceless one, then.
I try. That's what thieves' guilds usually do.
A warrior and a thief in my court.
To be fair, I'm taking a break and looking
A
towards
warrior
other...
and a thief on hiatus.
Yes.
I see. You have the king's ear. You and no one else.
We are looking...
Use it wisely.
We are looking for... Proximus called it an artifact. I would call it part of an artifact. To my knowledge, it is... At least to my knowledge, it is useless on its own. And it is... If I remember correctly, from what we were told, a sign of your rulership. The ring on your finger. Wait, does he have more than one ring, or is there only one ring?
There is only one.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
On this individual, yes.
Okay. I had to confirm.
I see. This ring, and he doesn't look at his hand, but presents his hand where the ring is, was given to me by my father and his father, and every king that has tried to rule over the storm giants since the storm giants have memory. You are right, it is useless on its own. But when paired with a member of royalty, it is leadership. It is a symbol that my people have hope. And I am to give it to you? Are you to rule over my people, Proximus and Acacia? For I'm not sure even a centaur would find this seat very comfortable.
He gets the impression that I'm shaking my head. I do not want to rule.
Mental visual of
Mental visual shake my head. Look of horror.
Mental
of
emoji.
leadership.
Great Uniter, we are not here to take your place. That is not what we are here to do. Hearing about this artifact being passed down from generation to generation means that it is honored from your people just as much as it is honored from ours. We do not come here to usurp your throne or take over your people, but merely to learn more about how it got here. I think
I half wish you were here to usurp my throne and take over my people, for I have no one else to do so. But I'm sorry, I interrupted you. Please, what sort of king would I be to not let you speak?
No, that is interesting to know. That was not our intent to do that. We are only here to find this only because we have had past encounters with artifacts similar to this. Part of these artifacts have come into our possession in the past, and they do have great power. In the wrong hands, they will do a lot of harm. We've seen it firsthand.
Proximus, my hands are very soon to be stayed forever. Perhaps you may pull it from my cold finger, but until then, I cannot see cause to give it to you.
What is it that you need in your last days?
And what do you plan to do about the lack of succession?
In my final days, I wish only for someone to give hope to my people, for I am no longer able to do so. I have dressed myself for death, and that is what I wait for.
You need someone, unlike yourself, you were the uniter, the king uniter of your people, but you need a preserver of your people moving forward.
Likely, Acacia, my kingdom will fall like a puzzle, and all the pieces will spread.
Is there anyone you trust that could continue on in your place, that you could...
I am a giant who once had children, and all of those children met their end far before mine. I have no one that I would trust with this crown nor this ring. One of the great faults of being a great king is that there are few around you who could ever truly be trusted to do what you would. Perhaps it is ego, perhaps it is hubris. But I find no giants in my kingdom who would rise to the occasion to make this crown worth wearing.
Who do you think will try to take your place after you're gone?
Not sure any of them have the spine for it. Or some, I'm sure, will raise their voices. Druckna is one of my commanders. Likely he will lead the military. Platona, one of my nieces. She probably has the strongest claim, and yet the weakest hold on reality. And then there is my Stormcaller. And I think at that, like, speaking of the devil, you would see as she does enter. You may absolutely continue since your conversation is mental, but you would see as she does enter, his eyes do not dart to her, but the ear kind of like turns a little bit more, head turns a little bit more to listen as she enters, and you would see that she takes this sweeping bow, knowing that he can't see it. My great liege, it is I, your Stormcaller Tofrauga. I have come to visit you in these final hours of your life.
Can I get a vibe check?
You seem to have company. And she looks to the two of you.
Can I get a vibe check on her?
Yeah, absolutely. Insight?
Yeah. All right. Let me roll.
I will mimic her bow as we come in.
Okay, that's not very high. That's only a 12, but I'm trying to... What I'm specifically trying to see when I'm looking at her and doing insight and getting a vibe check is if she is going to pounce at the chance to take over once he's gone.
With a 12, so I'll give you two things with a 12, because I think you're also picking up on something that you would have a higher roll with, and that's the vibe check of your companions, who she also brought in. So looking at her, this is a high priestess through and through. This is a high religious member, but not the kind who is like altruistic at all times and is always looking out for those beneath her. This is the kind of high priestess who 100% punches down and clawed her way to this position and has become dangerous because of it. You know, there is a sense of a person who controls a religion, and this is even less of a religion. This is a person who controls storms. That is a dangerous thing, and has placed herself at a position of power pretty close to the king without being a royal member themselves. I mean, that's the whole thing with, royal courts. You get advisors, you get all the people who themselves really don't have a right to be there, but have made a place for themselves and refuse to give it up. So I think you're getting that vibe off of her. This is a woman of decadence, and you pick that up from all the jewelry that she's wearing. I think if you looked at your companions, um, I'm not going to necessarily put anything onto them, but I think you might get that Winnie maybe looks a little concerned and maybe even a little hurt. And Eva, you can correct me if Winnie is sucking it up more than that, but Winnie, I think it looks like she has gone through a pretty rough headache recently.
Pained.
Yeah, she's not like, there's no like black eyes or anything like that, but Winnie does not look to be her normal chipper, hi, I'm Winnie sort of self. My king, I have brought you two visitors, strangers to our lands, who have come questioning of one of our great items. But it seems you have strange visitors of your own. And he looks up for the first time. His head has kind of been bowed this entire time, but looks up. And again, Fia and Winnie, you would see that he is not looking at anyone in particular, but there is still just lightning crackling behind these sightless eyes. And this long white hair, this long white beard. Yes, welcome, Tofrauga. I was just thinking about you. I have visitors. Yes, it has been some time, and the storm seems to bring many strange things to my throne. But you have more visitors. He looks to, I wouldn't say he looks, the thought comes through to Acacia and Proximus, are these more friends of yours?
They are, Great King.
Very well. Tofrauga, please bring forward our guests. They are honored in this dire time. And Fia, Winnie, anything you would like to do? Now, everybody's in the same scene.
Hooray!
Yay!
Wait, hold on.
We made it back together.
Hold
I'm
on.
so-
Let me look something up so
Oh.
I can confirm my rogue shit. Where the fuck is it? I'm gonna have to look it up in my thing. I think I can get 4 people in a mind link so I can reactivate it.
Oh.
Okay. I am,
Nice.
while this is happening, I think Fiach would go up to the king and speak in giant loudly. Great King of Storms, I am Fia of the Rowan of the Harbingers. It is a great honor that you allow us to be in your court today.
Welcome, Harbinger. I am not sure I find myself in need of foretellings, for I am not much longer for this plane. But what is it you bring to me?
My foretellings are not for, which accent am I doing?
I can get all 4 of us together. So the party plus the king.
Yes.
Which I'm going
You may
to
do so.
Which I am going to do. It is going to be a total of 2 hours.
My foretellings are, as I explained to your caller of storms, not for you all, but for the world at large.
Dire, then. I had hoped for some good news on the way out.
Well, there is potential for that. My goddess sent me to help my new companions here, these 3, to acquire, as I'm sure they have told you, that artifact, which could potentially help. And by potentially, I mean which will help prevent the destruction of the world as we know it. I know that sounds like a lot, but, that's sort of what I'm here for. I am a harbinger, after all.
Yes, those who bring omens often speak of many things that will end this or that, but I have known some, to be honest, in their warnings. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check.
Okay. Sure. Okay. Persuasion. Oh, good. This is going to go well. I can tell. It's fine. Oh, hey, dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah. I also want to know, are you saying this verbally or is this through the mind link?
I think I would be saying it out loud in Giant, but reinforcing it through the mind link.
Gotcha.
Back online, as everyone is back in the mind link.
Yeah.
I was informing your companions via of the ruin, a harbinger, that this ring would likely be buried with me.
Well, that seems like a waste.
It's starting to. Mentally, he is going to connect with you. What did you think of my Stormcaller, Fia?
She is an impressive woman.
Winnie reflexively casts guidance on herself.
I can't say that I would want to get in a tussle with that one.
And you are very wise as well, Fia of the Rowan.
She tells me you're without an heir.
I am becoming heir. But yes, a bad joke. I have no one to sit this throne. No legitimate being to sit this throne once I am gone.
What is it that you look for? What is it that your people need?
They need someone who will care for them, guide them in a time when the storm rages most.
And the one who calls the storms wouldn't be that person.
There is something to someone who connects so intrinsically with elements of destruction and chaos. When you let that power into your soul, eventually it decides not to leave.
Great King, my people have a rite of passage, a way to prove the worth of the next ruler. Do you have the same?
Nothing of the sort. It has been through great deeds that we have chosen our rulers and through bloodlines when great deeds do not suffice. My bloodline has been marred and lost, and great deeds have been short in number for quite some time. I tell you this, all of you. Should you need this ring, I have very little time left. Stay with me, and when I return to the storm, see if you can get it. I can't guarantee you'll be the only ones trying. Fia, I will need a. How close are you to the king? I'll ask this.
I would have come probably within like 10 feet. Like I wanted to, like I would say like close enough that I could be heard and understood, but like respectful distance.
I will need a dexterity saving throw with advantage, please.
Okay.
While that's happening and this whole conversation is going on, one, I think I'm going to fly over to Winnie and perch on her shoulder since she's looking a little not good.
Hi, hello.
But
26.
But also this whole conversation with lineage and everything and like the ring and how like it is a sign of royalty. I will just say a ring does not a ruler make. It is just jewelry.
You are correct and wise, Acacia. And yet a ring a ruler does wear. And symbols have meaning. You are not wrong. I wish this thing had never come to my fingers so that I never had to pass it along. But I fear blood will be shed for it. I'm sorry, Winnie, you were going to say something.
I was just gonna say, is there anything we can do for you before you finally go to the storm?
Stay with me and tell me stories of great deeds. And at this, Fia, you're not going to take any damage. That was a good enough roll. A lightning bolt does strike him, and you are almost caught in that area of effect. And his head jolts back. The eyes shoot out with a little bit of lightning. It actually comes out of his mouth. And you, again, all of you, passives good enough, could swear that he is almost not there anymore in a physical sense. Like he has been wearing his armor and it's been like hanging off of him already. He is nearly just blue skin on a skeleton at this point.
I am gonna like hop back. Just actually, no, I take that back. I'm gonna Fia is like would have obviously been able to dodge whatever, after lightning effects, but I think she stays put where she is. Is there I'm wondering if there's a way to tell where the origins of said lightning strike. Like are they we know that these lightning strikes have been, or that the lightning in this area is magical in nature in general. Like we sort of had already discovered that. I feel like that was something that we talked about.
Yeah, it was at least discussed that the storms in this area, there are natural storms, but there are absolutely magical storms like that are part pockets here and there as well.
Right. I'm wondering if there's a way to determine the if there's a way to see the origin, or if would be able to understand that there's an origin to this particular storm above the King's Head at all.
Like, is it coming from the storm caller specifically? Is she killing him?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah.
I would have you roll nature, arcana, or even religion.
Okay. Nature, arcana, or religion. So I'm looking at these. Okay. Nature, arcana, religion. They're all the same. And since this is not specifically Fey, Fiend, or Undead, I don't get advantage on this. I imagine that she would probably this would be an arcana roll, I think is probably my best bet, but honestly, it's the same thing. Oh no, 6.
Okay. As far as you can tell, this is natural lightning. Okay. There doesn't seem to be anything obvious that she is doing to where she is, he-manning this lightning down,
right.
Shazamming this lightning down on the...
by the powers of Grayskull.
And he seems, he's obviously very aware of it.
Uh-huh.
And the lightning is directly striking the throne. It seems that this might be intentional and that he is not doing anything necessarily about it.
I see. Like the throne itself might be a conductor also.
Potentially.
Potentially. Okay. Okay.
I will begin to share my story about coming to the surface, being in Eula's service
Is this verbal or is this mind
via
link?
mind link.
Okay.
And I will tell him about our encounter with Eula as she wanted the power of what this artifact stands for.
Since you were doing this with a mind link, it is otherwise just, I mean, storming, but nobody is talking out loud. So the Tempest, sorry, the Stormcaller is going to walk up to the throne. It is elevated. There is the Fulgurite that is kind of like lifted this throne up. So the Storm Giant is even higher than where like Tofrauga, like her face would maybe come to like where his knee is. But she does reach up for the hand that has the ring on it and takes it. Takes his hand, I should say. She does not take the ring. My liege, you are fading so much faster than we anticipated. Is there any final wish that you have for this world? Any final deed that you would do? Any final words that you have?
Can I move? I'd like to move to his and tell him that I'm moving towards him. I would like to move towards his shoulder, somewhere where I can touch his physical being.
Okay.
I'd ask, obviously for permission first, because he's a king, he's royalty. But I want to lay on hands, and I would heal him for 30 hit points. I know it's not much, probably for him. However,
what I will say is that Tofrauga does look as you are approaching with, I'm assuming, winged boots to fly up to him.
Correct.
And she puts out a hand and she says, "You would dare approach? You would dare lay your hands on our king? You, an outsider, how dare you?"
Did Proximus get permission from the king?
Not verbally, so that's what I wanted to check on.
Right.
So
yeah.
So he does kind of like the king reaches out, kind of like sensed that her hand moved, and places it down. "It is all right, Tofrauga. Turns a little bit towards where he believes that Proximus is. "Proximus of the Nails, I do not need your kindness, for I am passing. To prevent me from doing so would be a disservice to my great life. Let me go. Do not extend this any longer."
Understood. I apologize if I offended you.
No offense taken. And in his mind, in your mind, he says, "You hadn't finished your story."
I just wanted to make sure that we had time to finish the story.
May I? And this is again going to be like out loud, but also via mind link. Since I'm sort of up there also, just not in reaching distance.
Right.
Great King and Stormcaller, I serve the goddess of death. I may help ease this passing while my friend here finishes his story.
Tofrauga looks to you. "Harbinger, that gift is not necessary. We have arranged for the king to pass as every king has before, and for his spirit to return to the storm." And Skjor nods. It is the way that every storm giant ruler must go. It is the way that all of the ancestors beneath me now are as above me now. I leave behind what I was to become what I will be. This storm is bringing me home, fear of the Rowan. And we must let it take its natural course.
Fiach will stay put, and her face very quickly just flashes between three images, like an overlay almost, of a young woman, a middle-aged woman, and a crone.
Mm-hmm.
Just very briefly, and then the illusion sort of fades almost as quickly as it came through. And takes like a step back. Understood. We all do things in our own way.
Well,
I was just going to say, I am keeping a laser focus on the Stormcaller throughout this entire time.
Winnie, did you want to move at all? Because you still are at the entrance of... Did you want to engage in any way?
Winnie's gonna move a little bit closer, I guess within 30 feet.
30 feet of the throne?
Yeah.
Do you want to be on the
Because-
side with the Stormcaller and Fia, or on the side with Proximus?
No offense. I love you with my whole heart. I've been ruining Fia's life this whole time, so I'm gonna scoot over to the Proximus side.
Valid.
Mostly because I don't want to be near the Stormcaller any more than necessary.
That's a mood.
Yeah.
How far away does that put me from the Stormcaller?
Oh, let's see. 50 feet.
Yeah, I feel like I would have got closer.
Sorry, the map is really slow to load for me. Is it possible to be
You're all good.
within 30 feet of the Stormcaller and the throne?
Within 30 feet, certainly. Yeah, do you just want to be like base 30 feet from the Stormcaller? Because you'll be closer to the throne then.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as I am not within that 10 foot. If I can angle off so I'm not within 10 feet of that strike zone, that'd be cool. Because what I would like to do while they're all talking and sharing stories, Winnie's not feeling so great, so she's just gonna kind of be quiet most of this time. But what I would like to do is cast Detect Magic. Mostly because I want to see if the ring lights up.
Okay.
I can't remember if it's supposed to or not, but I don't know, it could be a fake. What do I know? And then because I got time on the clock for that, I'll just also look around and see. I'm curious as to what the storm is doing, how it works. It seems like a non-invasive.
Remind me, what's range on
30 feet.
Magic? 30 feet. Okay. What lights up is the King's Sword, definitely the King's Ring, in the same kind of coloration that Elder Magic traditionally has lit up for you before. The blade is some sort of magical weapon, likely something that he acquired or has been passed down to him. His armor gives off a slight gleam as well. As far as the Stormcaller, she lights up as a magical being, whereas the king is almost again, I always think of Detect Magic like heat vision. The king would be the absence of magic. He's a cold spot, but what he's wearing kind of lights up as being magical. But the Stormcaller herself is entirely magical. Her clothing, not as much, but she is just radiating with magic. And
does that seem on track for the kind of position she's in, or like
have I seen
anything? Yes, I will do that while you continue what you're going to say.
But you're too far from the storm to get anything from that. The water isn't necessarily. I don't think there's anything else magical besides what your companions all have on them.
I feel like since this will be the first time, you'll notice a lot lights up on Little Miss Fia for you.
Yeah, that's
Fia's got the tattoo, the whip, there's a lot going on.
There's a lot happening.
Oh, I feel like all of us are kind of lighting up.
Yeah. Does Fia light up like the Stormcaller?
No. I'm not sure that. I am not sure that anything besides maybe the dragon egg has lit up like the Stormcaller, because even though you can cast magic, it does not mean that you are a being of magic.
Right. 16 for the Arcana.
Okay. With the 16, that you are, like I said, you've seen the dragon egg before. You have picked up that some beings themselves are magical. There's something else to her. Again, there's whatever the king said about, like, when you bring the storm into you, sometimes it doesn't leave. Maybe there's something to that, in the sense that she has become a being of storm herself. Because, I'll even give you this. There's not any storm giants around, but they would not light up the way that she has.
Okay,
and
I gotcha.
As the last lightning bolt strikes down King Skewer, we are going to take our break. So, hang around, folks. We will be back in 10 to 15. We will see what happens. And I have some lovely surprises for these folks. But yes, go ahead and do the things. Take care of yourselves. We'll be right back.
Bye.
Bye. Vast, and welcome back to Horizons Call, everybody. It is a dire time in the world of Horizons Call. Actually, that's kind of weird energy to bring into this. I just want to throw out there before we jump back into our game that if you do want to support these lovely people in this game, which honestly, how can you not? It's a great game. These are fantastic people. They do incredible work every single week with these characters, and a lot of them put a lot of effort behind the scenes into the game as well. You can support them by tipping through our pally.gg. It evenly distributes everything they're able to give and doesn't take the cut that Twitch does, so definitely check that out. And if you want to find all of our other links, if you want to apply to casting calls, we have 2 of them out right now. All the other stuff, you can find it at beacons.ai/swordandkey. You can get to all of our socials there, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram. You can join our Discord, all that stuff. That all said, let's get back into it. So, Winnie did a detect magic, shared the information with all of you that she was able to pick out. As far as she's aware, the Elder Ring is legit. What the king is wearing is also not Elder magic, but legit in its own magical sense. And the Stormcaller herself is like if she was on fire and you were looking through heat vision, she is radiating magical energy. And I would say it is... Woody, you would have done a detect magic before that. I think you would recognize what kind of energy this is. And I will let you do a history check if you would like. See if you can remember. Or Arcana. History or Arcana.
Okay, let's see.
While she's rolling, and as the king takes his last breath, y'all just hear through the mind link. He seemed like a very honorable and just ruler, and it's a shame we are only just meeting him.
So the last lightning bolt strikes down, and in a flash, with this smell of ozone and dampness all around as the rain is still pelting, the swirling of the storm almost directly above the king's head. And as you all almost have to turn your eyes away from this flash, as you look again, there is nothing but a giant skeleton in armor. And the sword falls from where he was leaning on it. And with a thud, a clang, a reverberation through the ground of this heavy blade hits this solidified sand, this single formed sand at your feet. The crown kind of drips a little bit. Not drips, drifts. Maybe it's a better word. Slightly on his skull, and the jaw hangs open, and there's just a little bit of smoke and electricity left behind that crackles between his knuckle bones and between the sockets of his skull.
Did he have his hand still outraised towards Proximus?
Yeah, I would say that it kind of just, it fell.
Like,
so he was reaching outwards, and it fell towards
hit
Proximus.
the throne.
Yes.
I would take this opportunity to move the 20 feet that I am out from him, touch his skeleton, and provide a ceremony, casting funeral rite on the corpse. And for 7 days, it cannot be turned undead.
Well, real quick.
Okay.
Again, you're going to touch the king, so the Stormcaller is going to have issue with that. Plus, I want to get to Winnie's thing. Winnie, what did you roll on Arcana or History?
24. And if it makes a big difference, probably I'd go History.
Okay. Pretty good roll. You would, I think, recognize the general aura of this magic, in that it is something that you saw. It's not the exact same color, if you want to think of it that way, or exact same vibe, but it is very similar to something that Eula gave off. And Proximus, as you go to lay a hand,
Acacia, Mayor brought up a good point. It takes an hour to cast.
It does take an hour
because it's
so as you were as you were
yeah,
going to approach, she full on backhands you. So I'm going to have her roll an attack here. Okay, that's a 28 to hit, and Proximus, you're going to take 17 points of bludgeoning damage. And she looks at you where the lightning in her eyes just crackles and ignites, and she says, "I'm sorry. Are your ears broken, Triton? You do not touch the king in life, and you certainly do not have the right to touch him in death." She kind of just takes a breath, composes herself.
He wipes the blood from his mouth.
King Skjor is dead. May he forever live within the storm. And yes,
I was just gonna say, in the mind link, Winnie's gonna say, maybe moving a little bit further away from the Stormcaller. Just, I don't know what's going on here or who she is, but I think she's kind of a big deal. And be careful. I'm kind of getting like, like whatever Eula was. I feel like there's more than meets the eye to her. I'm not saying she's like not a giant, but I'm not saying there's like an island here or whatever, but she's got a little something weird going on. Also, I told you she wasn't very nice.
I can feel that. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's not your fault.
Let's see. Passive perceptions.
Is the ring on my side with the storm collar?
It was. Passive perception of 27 for Fia, 26
Yeah.
for Acacia, 24 Winnie. Proximus, I don't think you would get this, but she held the hand of the king
Sure
as the lightning bolt struck. And as she pulls her hand away, that ring is not there.
Of course.
And 2 storm giant soldiers come to the entrance.
Okay.
And she looks to them and says, "The king has returned to the Tempest. Prepare his bones, as we have done for so many more." And they nod to her and go to approach. And as they are approaching, she looks to all of you. "I'm sorry the king did not give you what was his to give in life. It seems like your mission is not successful this day.
Winnie would like to sidle a little bit closer to her again.
I will pray for all of you, and pray that the storm does not take you as you return to your respective homes. But I believe it is time that you leave my kingdom."
She just popped in on our... She, popped in on the psychic link earlier, right? Or was she just talking psychically to Fia and Winnie?
I think she was just talking... No, I don't think she spoke...
Out loud.
Trying to remember what she did. I think that was a psychic connection to Fia, specifically.
Yeah.
And then to
Okay.
Winnie specifically. It wasn't... She did not encroach in on all y'all's conversation.
We've got a clothesline.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, she was call waiting.
I feel like we're going to have to deal somehow with being in a psychic link with someone who has just died, probably later.
Oh, yeah. What did that feel like?
Dial tone.
Oh, God.
Okay.
So the
Fia
line
is
is still
completely
blocked.
unfazed by that particular...
I'm-
Yeah, BT does.
Yeah, I would say that you heard a final breath, and you know what? Everybody go ahead and roll religion. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, nice. 18.
16.
Excellent.
Maybe I shouldn't have such pretty dice is my problem.
Mhm.
17.
I would say for 16 and above, essentially 15 and above, you probably heard for just a moment a sound of the afterlife, a sound of where the giants go.
Fair enough.
I love
what-
that.
What it sounded like to you, whether it was a chorus, whether it was the cacophony of storms making sense, whether it was voices, it was, I would say, probably your respective afterlife spoke to you for just a moment, which I'm going to have you ask, where would you go when you die? Don't answer it out loud. Just think about it. Enjoy that existential dread.
No. We need to... No,
Curdle
thank.
We call it
When he heard the
Cthulhu all
echoes
over-
of an
like-
eternal labyrinth
I thought we
created
were
by a
playing
shitty
5e.
gnome.
Yeah.
I in the echoes, in the emptiness of the post afterlife psychic link, Winnie's just gonna say real quick, hey, plan. He promised us the ring. She's got the ring. I
didn't
assume we're not leaving without it.
He didn't promise us anything, Winnie.
He promised we could try and take it. That was his explicit blessing.
Derek, did Fia and or I see where she pocketed it?
She's wearing it, isn't she?
She is not wearing it. She has palmed it. It's still in her hand. That she has closed. Not like it's not a fist. It's not like, oh, there's obviously something in there. But it's kind of like that loose hand when you're just trying to like palm a coin or something. Because it's big enough. I mean, I literally have a coin right here.
We need.
So I would say that it kind of looks like that.
We need.
Okay, then
this.
I want to send across the man link. Well, we're not leaving without it, right?
We decide right now what we're doing. Engaging. And going. Snack.
Do you want this? How badly do you want this?
I'm not.
3 dead storm giants with.
Or
that's a weird
Or
unit
snatch
of
and grab.
measurement.
Snatch and freely. I'm not.
Okay,
Can I-
imagine.
Go ahead, Fia. This is all like
'Cause I'm
lightning
gonna
round.
It's lightning
Yeah.
round. I'm gonna make a move
funny
until
you say
unless I
lightning
hear
round.
no.
Yeah.
And I think as Fia is about to make a move, Acacia's like beginning to launch off of Winnie. Because Acacia's about gonna make a move too.
Alright.
Fia's gonna the whip is in her hand and she's gonna go to wrap it around
like her arm.
her right around her wrist. I'm sorry, we can't leave without that. My goddess won't let me.
I would like to give like an advantage to Fia if she has to make a roll, but I'll say what I do if you allow it.
She is going to have to make a roll as the Stormcaller smiles tightly. Who knew that my first great feat would be killing invaders to my throne?
Invaders.
She turns to the
Yeah,
storm
that's fair.
giants. These usurpers are to die. You pick.
She's not even gonna do it herself.
Oh no, she is. She is.
Winnie makes her
Um,
big.
I'm scared.
What?
Winnie makes Fia big.
Okay,
I am
Yes,
big.
we're
already
gonna go
big.
into initiative.
Oh,
we're gonna
yeah,
go
yeah,
into
yeah. Oh, yeah.
initiative. So
Yeah.
let's hold on here for just a second. So let's go ahead and roll for initiative.
Okay.
As she looks to all of you and says, "You could have left alive. Now you'll never leave."
27.
Ooh,
Okay, let me get
15.
Just say them out loud. I'm
Okay.
putting them in chat, everybody.
25.
yeah.
Proximus.
21.
What's that? Oh, balls.
Derek.
Yeah, the Storm Giantess got a 24, and the Storm Giants themselves got a 2. Yeah, I guess a 4, but still, it's not. much
Yeah,
better.
they're still over like 10 below us.
Yeah. Okay. Well, with that, I'm going to switch up music here. But Acacia, you have. Fia, did you say you're large?
I am large currently.
Okay. I'm gonna bump you up size category then.
Yeah.
I'll move you right there since you have whipped her.
Yes.
If you need to move yourself to wherever respective you might be, if you don't have access to the map, like I know Eva's just on her laptop, so just let me know if I need to move you anywhere. But Acacia, it is your turn.
Okay. So I was trying to move at the same time Fia was making a move. And I am going straight. I'm flying straight for her hand. Just like how Fia kind of like did her whip around the wrist. And I'm essentially going to fly right up to it and de-transform, trying to knock it out of her hand from above. Like,
Okay, so kind of like using your weight
correct.
to knock it out of her hand. Okay. It kind of makes sense to use your charge attack for this, unless you have something else in mind.
I was thinking, oh wait, I haven't even looked at my charge in a very long time because I
Been a
forget-
while.
It's not a grapple. You're kind of like, you're shoving, essentially.
Yeah, if you move at least 30
Yeah.
feet straight towards the target and hit with a melee weapon attack on the same turn, you can immediately make a hooves attack as a bonus action. So it's not really. It's kind of it.
Yeah, I mean, unless you have something else, that's why I'm thinking we can calculate that.
No, I'll probably I probably won't use hooves. I'm specifically going to be using a weapon.
Okay, that's all. Yeah, perfectly fine. Go ahead and roll for an attack then.
So I am using my new sword and shields.
You okay? We'll call it this. You were disarming.
Yeah,
in this sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can do it literally, I will not complain.
Take her hand.
Listen, it wouldn't be the first time I have taken something from someone.
Yeah, I will remind you, if you roll a nat 20 on something, I will let you do something like, not taking somebody's head off in one shot, but you can do lasting hobbling damage kind of things.
I rolled a total 18, which I don't know if is enough.
An 18 will hit.
Okay. I don't think I have whatchamacallit for this. Sneak attack.
I think Fia's technically got her. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Fia has the whip around her wrist.
Okay, so in that case, I think I have 5d6, so it's going to be 6d6 plus 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is per D&D Beyond, that is going to be, come on, 30 points of damage.
Okay. Right, so...
That I'm going to try and just after I hit her, grab her clothes to try and swing down the rest of the way.
Okay. Trying to think how we're gonna do a disarming strike. I'm gonna look up disarming strike real quick here, and while I'm doing that, to determine if the ring is still there, Winnie, it's going to be your turn.
I have a question about the ring itself.
Okay.
So storm giant sized ring, how heavy does it look? And how large is it in feet? I apologize to all of our non-imperial.
No, I'm only going to give you meters.
I'm also curious how big it is in comparison to non-giant sized people. So
yeah,
I'm going to say, what is okay, so if this ring is probably 2.5 to 3 feet in diameter. And probably weighs a little over 150 pounds.
So Winnie can't pick it up, probably. But everyone else could.
You're pretty strong. Winnie? No? Psych.
Let me just look up Winnie's strength for a second.
10. She's
10, no.
Yeah.
Flat even. No, she's but she has a backup plan. I need to know the result of the ring before I can tell you what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what that would be, but there's not really anything very direct.
Is she surprised?
No. You all said you weren't going to leave, and then one of you put a whip around her wrist.
I'm talking about surprise horse again.
I mean, a bird flew towards her and turned into a horse. I have to hope that storm giants have seen weirder shit than that, but let's see. So, jeez, this is all surprise stuff.
And Acacia's was an attack, right? Not a ability.
Acacia's was an attack.
Derek told me to roll an attack, so I rolled an attack.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're hitting her with the force of a horse, I think that if I threw a horse at somebody, that's aggressive. That's an attack. Oh gosh,
it's fine.
About that. Maybe an attack. I know.
Huck middle blizzard.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have her roll a saving throw. Acacia, you did 30 points of damage. I'm just going to go ahead and make the saving throw 30, since that is also reasonably within something that she could do.
I don't like that.
So
I'm on the record. I don't like that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That was a 19, and she has a plus 10, so that is only a 29. So Acacia, I will say that the ring does go loose as you slam into it. Until I know better, that's how I'm going to do this.
Cool beans.
So
let's go.
she is in the process of dropping it, and Winnie, you can do with that information what you will.
I'm going to change my mind. I'm sorry. I also desperately want super giant mummy harpy, but I'm going to shrink the ring.
Okay.
Because I'm within 30 feet of it, and I want to make it harder for her to catch and easier for literally all of us to.
It'd be like her picking up like a very small needle.
Yeah, and
Right.
like as I'm doing it, I will mind link say like, prepare for little ring, to let folk know that it is going to be much smaller and to not be surprised by it.
Seeing how much
Obviously, I'm not gonna say it out loud where she can hear that, but
size is halved in all dimensions and it is reduced to 1/8 of normal. So,
yeah.
Divided by 8, so is it 1/8 or 7/8? No, it is reduced to 1/8, so it's going to be just under 20 pounds. It's still pretty fucking big though, so it's about a foot.
But little Jeffrey could carry it because I specifically said that I mostly emptied the bag of holding before we came down here, out here.
Okay.
Did you end up charging the mirror?
I did. I still have it.
I
Yes.
think you were able to Are you sure you charged it?
Yeah, because I used third level.
Use a spell slot?
I either want my spell slot back or I want the mirror.
I thought you had decided not to. If you used the spell slot, then yes, you absolutely did charge it.
Nope.
Okay.
And I'm going to send little Jeffrey to try and catch the ring in his mouth.
Ooh.
And come back to me.
Okay. He should be able to roughly do that. We'll put little Jeffrey on the board.
Is he version 8 now?
We don't talk about his. It's rude to ask his version.
So little Jeffrey grabs the ring in his mouth. And are you having him fly back on this turn?
Yes, as much as he can.
He will opportunity attack.
Can you make me large when you have a second, Derek?
Yeah.
Yes, although
So what happened was...
yeah. Well, no, I guess he can hang out where he is. I do want to just humbly ask well, no, you can go.
Okay. You good?
I
it
mean-
is her turn.
Okay.
It is okay. Tofrauga's turn. And she is going to not reach for Jeffrey, but after the ring has been knocked from her hand, she is going to reach down and pick up the king's sword. And she is going to make
A great sword.
it is it's a hefty boy. She
That's
is
its
going
name.
to- it is. She's
Full
going to
title.
make 2 attacks with the hand that has Fia holding the whip. So that is a claw attack as she kind of like puts her hands in a claw motion and goes to strike, and then 2 with the sword. So the claw attacks are. Gosh, I'm not sure she even has range to hit anybody else except Fia and Acacia
Right.
and Jeffrey, because I think.
Also,
What is
Jeffrey's just a
range?
little guy. Like he's tiny.
A little guy who now has the ring. So she is going to. Well, let's do the blade strikes first. For the first one, that is a 23 to hit. This is going to be against Acacia. The second one is a. Was that 33 to hit,
Jesus
and that's
Christ.
against Fia. I'm assuming
That
both
totally
those hit.
misses.
Yeah.
I'm using my reaction to do the I think it's uncanny dodge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Acacia, your damage is going to be, let's see, she's doing this one-handed, so
Sheesh,
that
I'm too far
is
away.
17 points of piercing damage
Okay.
and 12 points of lightning damage. So
Okay.
that is 29. Yes, 29 points of damage total for that attack.
Rounded down.
Fia.
So it's gonna be 15.
you are going to take 18 points of piercing and 10 of lightning, so 28 for you.
Great.
And then a claw attack on Jeffrey as a 24. And Jeffrey is going to take 15 points of slashing damage. Does that take out little Jeffrey?
He didn't have to roll for that, did he?
No, that's just regular attack.
He is down. Yes.
Okay.
Version 9 on deck.
I know. This is fine. I'm gonna.
Sheesh.
Okay. That is it for her turn. Cool. Who's up next? We have Proximus. It is your turn.
You see Proximus, all of the shadows from the darkness that is cast on him fade, and they drip off of his body, and when it hits the ground, it turns into an eel hound, and he's going to, as bonus action, cast Hound of Ill Omen, and in the shape of a eel hound, and spend 3 sorcery points for that, which that's kind of, whatever. That's half. And then he's gonna move the 20. He's gonna fly in the 20 feet. I think it's 25 feet on the other side of Jeffrey. And he's gonna make 2 strikes at her, and an eel hound bite. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where you want me to have him fit him into. His name is Smokey.
Wherever he, yeah.
And you see
an icon for
black
Smokey.
smoke coming from his body as he runs up to her. This is a new feat for me, guys. All right.
LD, you have an advantage.
Dog-like.
Given from chat.
Incredible. Thank you.
So you know what? I have Honey. Honey's a hyena that's close enough to a dog.
Okay, wrong though. Hyenas are not
I'm
related.
aware that hyenas are hyenids and they're neither canines nor felines. I was literally talking to Eva about this. It's the closest I got. It's either that
Are
or
they
one
even
of the tressums.
canines?
No, they're hyenids. It's a totally separate thing.
Right. We were trying to figure out that. Anyway, yeah. So 22 to hit and a 21 to hit.
Both will hit.
Ooh, that's nice. 20. Oops. And he's going to cast just a single level Divine Smite.
Yeah.
On those
and
hits.
Fia, you were up next.
Oh, sorry. Me?
You were up next. I'm letting you know you're on deck.
Perfect. Yeah.
And
Paladins have to do so much damage.
Mine's
oh,
not gonna look any better.
Oopsies.
Oopsies. So that is 49 points of damage. 28 slashing with a magical weapon, if that matters. The rest is
it's
radiant.
Yeah. I don't think. Okay. Yeah, that we're all good. 49 total, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay. With that, Fia, it is your turn.
Unmute. Okay, here we go. Let's freaking go. So, Fia sort of brings the whip back to her. As she does so, she digs the butt end of the whip, which has this like really sharp pointy metallic bit into like the top of her forearm, and as she does so, it just creates a line of blood, and then the blood forms into ice, which goes along down follows along down the whip. So we do that, and then we're gonna go for the attack and try and get her, because ouchies, that hurt. So we're gonna do 2 attacks, but we'll roll them one at a time. Question: because now I don't play rogues very often, because Proximus and Acacia are here, do I still get sneak attack damage because they're within 5 feet? Okay, perfect.
Oh yeah.
Not advantage, or yes advantage?
No, you don't. We're not following flanking rules.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
the sneak
totally
attack
fine.
is you get sneak attack if you have advantage, or if they're also
engaged.
That's how we're
Perfect.
playing it for this.
I love that. That's great. I just wanted to make sure that I had that clarified.
Absolutely
That's
cool.
all I need to know. So we're gonna go for the first attack. That was oh god. I'm like panicking. It's stress. It's fine. It's totally fine. So that is a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Great.
She has an AC of 16. I will let you all know
perfect.
that. If I can know your ACs, it's fair if you don't mind.
We got a 1d4 for that, and plus, oh shoot, I forgot to take my own damage for that to myself. Oh good. Okay, that's not bad. 2 points of damage for myself. So let's roll those plus the sneak attack. And as she goes for this attack, we're just gonna throw everything at this at the moment.
Yeah, might as well.
You'll notice that, and I haven't really described it. You see it in the picture. Fia has this tattoo that's sort of a dark blood red, and it sort of looks like veins, but if you look but it's a tree, really, a sort of dead looking tree that's covers her sternum and branches out across her chest and starts to sneak down her arms. There's also like little ravens that are sort of flitting in among the trees. There's 3 of them specifically. And as she goes to do this hit, that tattoo starts to glow this bright, sort of just like bright, nefarious looking red, and her whole chest lights up. Because we're going to invoke that blood fury, because screw it. For okay. Which is, oh good, we're just gonna roll poorly. That's fine. So that's 9 slashing from the whip.
Okay.
4 for the sneak attack.
Okay.
1 frozen damage, 1 cold damage, and then 9, 10, 12 necrotic.
Okay.
Did you get the 1d4 on the whip?
Oh, you're right. There is one extra 1d4 coming on the whip,
because you gorge,
which is another 2 slashing from the Lorge.
She takes all of that. I would say she does not take the cold damage.
Okay. Good to know. Great. Love that for me.
Okay. Awesome. Anything else for your turn?
Oh, I get to hit again.
Okay.
That's just the first attack. She gets 2.
you only get sneak attack once, though. You don't add a second
That's
attack.
totally
Let's
fair.
go.
I'm going to use that advantage. No, I'm not. Because that's a 16 to hit.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Great. So no sneak attack dice. That's fine. And I think the blood fury only counts for the 1 attack. I think. I believe that is true. Yeah. So this time around, it's just going to be 10. 11 slashing and 3 cold damage. which
Okay.
isn't going to do much, but that's what it is.
Yeah. She's resistant to cold, so.
Of course she is. Would I have known that?
I'm not sure.
Okay,
I
fair.
don't think anything necessarily would have given it away, and I don't think that normal storm giants are cold resistant. So I have set you up as an expert on cold giants. If you would like to alter that, I would say that is within reason, and we can change the damage to something else if you have another option.
I do, because I have two options, and the other one would have been flame.
Okay, we can absolutely change it to flame if you would like.
Okay, great. Yes, I would love that.
So in that case, she's taking 4 damage.
Yes.
Okay. She's looking far rougher than she did a few moments ago, but is still confidently standing against you all. Is there anything else for your turn?
I want to get. Are we still underwater? Or are we up? We're in like open.
You're above water.
We're above water now.
Yes.
I don't want to invoke an opportunity attack. I want to kind of get a little bit up in the air, but not. I wouldn't leave her range necessarily.
Okay.
Wait.
Yes.
No. I wouldn't leave her range. But okay. I'm now like hovering probably 5 feet in the air at this point.
You got it. Okay. Well, you all have congregated so closely around her that hurling a lightning bolt is ill-advised for these storm giant guards, but they are going to take their movement and get... they're going to dash to basically get up. One of them is going to come up to Winnie, and the other one is going to come up behind the Stormcaller. That is it for their turn. They were only able to dash, so we are back to top of the order with Acacia.
How big is... I know she's like, I think you said 50 feet tall or something like that, but how big is her head?
Oh, character art math. So I think storm giants are in the huge category, so I think we're talking 50 to 60 feet. We're probably talking right around 10 feet. I think that your head is roughly a fifth of your overall height. If I'm remembering it. Proximus, you do character art all the time. Let me know if that's correct.
I would say 1/6 because that's I usually do 6 scale. Yeah.
So probably around less than 10 feet tall.
Okay, my second question.
You just got an advantage.
Who was? Oh, thank you. My second question is, what kind of storm is this? Is it a windy storm or is it just like rain, lightning storm? How much wind is there?
Yeah, pretty windy as well. Like I said, there's a cyclone kind of like above all of you, but you kind of seem like it's not whipping all of you around. You're maybe picking up that like the structure you're in has the wind whipping around it, but you're not affected within it. Rain is pelting down. Go ahead.
Are we being hit by wind right now where we are right at this point?
No, not any more than you would be just like, out in nature normally without a strong wind.
Okay, cool beans. In that case, I am going to cast Fog Cloud on her head.
Okay.
So this, all of a sudden, it's probably like a little obscured right now and a little foggy, but that just immediately gets thicker and thicker and thicker. And for the purposes of mechanics, this is considered heavily obscured with the blinded condition. So she has disadvantage on attacks, and everything against her has advantage.
Okay. All right.
And I'm also going to kind of like weave through her and Fia. I'm not going to get out of her range, but I do want to run over to little Jeffrey and snag him.
Okay.
And like try and like get him under my arm.
Yeah, you can absolutely. The ball was fumbled. If you want to try to grab that, absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that, please.
Okay. All right, we'll count that as an object interaction. Is there anything else for your turn?
No, I'm just going to continue readying myself.
Sure. Okay. All right. Are you, I should ask, are you moving out of her range right now?
No.
Or are you just grabbing Jeffrey, staying there?
I'm just grabbing Jeffrey.
Okay.
Did it fall in his mouth? Did we establish that? Where did the ring go?
I was hoping he would like...
It is in
like
his...
He gobbled it, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's in the bag of holding.
It's in the bag of holding.
Okay.
Jeffrey is not in pieces. He's more smashed than anything else. So it's like if Jeffrey got run over by a semi-truck.
I make sure to grab as much of Jeffrey as I can, but mostly the bag.
Yeah, you can get all of Jeffrey in the bag. All right. With that, Winnie, it is your turn.
I think as soon as he had caught it, I would have dropped the reduce concentration because it doesn't matter in the bag of holding. And in the mind link, I'm gonna say, hey, we got it. Acacia, if you've got Jeffrey, we can go. There's nothing else for us here.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
Retreat? Yeah, okay.
We have to... I'm just worried about the ship. I'm worried about the ship.
Yeah, I mean, same, but it's that or 4 of us take out a community of storm giants, which there might not be a lot of them, but there's more than us, so...
I'm fine for a tactical retreat. If everyone else is.
And as my bonus action, I had to close Roll20 because reasons. I would like to, through the mind link, like, figure out our course, like, which way out of this rectangle we're going, because I don't want to be by myself. And then I'm going to click my heels and teleport 15 feet in that direction, hopefully bypassing the giant lady. And then I'm a dash in that direction.
Okay, I'm sorry. Which direction are you heading?
Wherever we all decided to go.
Away.
Okay. So there's a number of exits, technically. So you can go out any of the windows, or you can go out the
Winnie's
main entrance at the front.
thing.
So Winnie, do you want to go... give me a cardinal direction here.
Which, Winnie would know...
You have a giant to the south, a giant to the... 2 giants to the west, and a window to the northeast.
I guess...
Unless you also have a way of flying straight up.
Not this turn. I will, Is everyone okay if we're good to exit? Like, I'm gonna try and go for the window, so I don't want to do it if I'm leaving everyone behind.
I haven't heard from Fia or Proximus on what we're doing.
Same. I know Acacia's on board, but...
I mean, if y'all are running, I'm good with that. Fia can get out.
You said yourself you did not want to fight her.
Me, Jordan, does not know.
Oh, Fia, on the other hand.
Fia's like, I'm in it for the long haul.
Yeah.
Proximus, just red light, green light. Oh, we haven't been over that whole thing. Okay, good to go.
I have a number 2 oopsie.
I think we're going on number 3 at this point.
Yeah. If you guys are all taking off, then I'm gonna go too.
And you can fly, which I feel marginally better about. So Winnie's gonna, click her heels, teleport 15 feet, and then dash for 60 feet.
Okay, so Winnie, you're diving in the water.
Hell yeah!
All right.
How long
Winnie
of a fall is
How
that?
high are we from the water?
Do you really think Winnie cares?
I know she doesn't care. I care. Michael is asking.
Probably about 50 feet out of the water.
Okay.
Oh, that's not that bad. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
I thought it was
Fine.
higher. Yeah.
I would IRL jump that.
Yeah, I
I think I've jumped something higher than that.
I feel like for
Well,
aquatic...
Winnie, you're nearly off the board. Anything else for your turn?
No. Well, where is the ship in relation to us direction-wise?
A couple miles to the south.
Okay, and I'm northeast. Okay. Just checking.
You got a double back.
Cool. It is the giantess's turn, the Stormcaller's turn. Acacia, remind me, how big's the fog cloud?
It is a 20-foot sphere, I think. Hold on, I don't know if it's diameter though or radius. Give me 1 second, because that is important. Oh, a 20-foot radius sphere, so it's a 40-foot diameter.
40 foot.
40-foot diameter. Okay. Okay. I think with that, she is going to try to back up and try to get out of it. So if any of you would like to take an opportunity attack on her, she is going to be moving out of the range of
absolutely.
Proximus. Let's see here. So 40 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20. Where's 40? Let's see. So
what does
that's
do?
Pretty significant. She's going to try to back up to here, so we will get an opportunity attack from Fia, Acacia, Proximus, and the Eel Hound, Smokey.
I got a nat 1.
Oh, nice. I'll roll.
Is this at disadvantage? Would Fiach be at disadvantage?
Oh wait, this is at advantage because she's still in the
still
cloud.
in the fog cloud when you're taking the attack.
I get to roll again.
Fia, why would it be disadvantage for Fia?
If Fia is in the fog cloud?
Would you have gone in the fog cloud though? You moved.
You said you were 5 feet off the ground, which I don't think would be.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah, you were 5 feet off the ground. I don't think that's in the 40-foot fog
perfect.
cloud.
All right. I just know I was close.
So y'all,
I got a nat 20.
Yeah, you have
and a
advantage
19.
because she's still in the fog cloud when she's leaving. So I with my advantage I hit with a 28.
That's correct.
What's damage for Acacia?
11.
Okay. Damage for Fia?
I haven't rolled damage. I was just rolling to see if I actually hit.
I'm sorry. I thought you.
That's fine. No.
What's that?
Okay. Sorry. Give me.
You're good.
Yeah.
Proximus, what's damage? And go ahead and think about.
So I got a nat
would
20
like to...
for Proximus.
Right.
Yeah.
So go ahead and let me know if there's anything you would like to affect on her.
Can I use Divine Smite
Hold
on an opportunity attack?
I think so.
It's just. I think
it's a
just
melee
an
attack.
Yeah.
It's up to
just
you.
Attack, so yeah.
Oh, the smite damage is doubled. Yes.
And I am So.
Paladins are so cool.
I am going to cast that at 5th level. Because why not?
You have 5th level spell slot.
I have 1.
Yes. Double all that damage, baby. So glad you're a paladin.
So excited. I know.
Fia, if you have your damage, go ahead and let me know what that is.
So almost, because I'm gonna throw that other blood fury charge in her. Because why not? So we are at, oh god, 16 slashing from the whip.
Okay.
6 of the fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And 9, 10. Oh my god, the same dang roll. 12 necrotic.
And Proximus, are you close to mathing?
54 points of damage. Yes. I wish I was able to get another hit in. That makes me. Anyway.
Okay.
Man, that's.
She is still standing, though very injured at this point. A lot of cuts on her legs, I have to imagine.
And then Smokey got a 17. It was 16,
hits.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good boy.
I know, he's such a good boy. Oh. Is that 2d6? So 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 damage.
8 damage. Okay.
Grabs at her heels.
She steps back out of the fog and is kind of like hunched over a little bit, just breathing heavily from all the damage that she has taken. Her nose is bleeding. There's blood coming from her mouth, and she coughs slightly and wipes it on the sleeve. This otherwise like decadent, elegant white sleeve with all these patterns on it. It is now just marred with this black blood, and she starts to laugh.
Oh no.
And she looks at each of you and she goes, "Did you honestly think I would let any of you leave with what is rightly mine? I am not the storm, you fools. I only serve it, and the storm is coming for all of you. And I'm going to need from Proximus, Acacia, and Fia an intelligence saving throw, please.
Oh, I hate that.
Everybody gets a +5 within 10 feet of me.
Okay.
Good luck.
Not that it will matter.
That is a 16. I need to look at something though.
Ugh, that's a 15 for me.
Dirty 20.
It's a not for me, dog.
You all fail. It is a DC 21.
Son of a bitch.
All of you are going to take 29 points of psychic damage.
Sure.
Is it too late to say, can I try using an advantage?
You can use an advantage.
I would like to try.
Okay.
Well done. Oh, I make that one. 21.
Ooh. Okay. Acacia, what you would see as she has stunned Fia and Proximus, she rips off her headdress to see that she does not have the traditional white hair, or even hair at all, of a storm giant. Instead, what has probably been hair has formed into tentacles. And she rips off her gloves to show that they are webbed. And you suddenly see what she is trying to become, which would be confirmed by Winnie through the psychic link, as Winnie, diving into the water, swirling around in this storm, catching sight of what's around you. In the far distance, you see the storm that she was talking about, as you see a kraken.
No.
I don't like that.
No.
That's our bad news, guys.
I'm glad that none of you were reduced to 0 hit points, because apparently if you do that from the psychic attack, your head explodes if you have one. It says that.
I hate that.
I don't like it either.
Did I take half damage or did I nullify it?
You would take half damage. So you would take, what did I say, 29,
It
so...
was 29.
Another 50.
Yeah,
take
14.
50. Yes.
The what?
Ow.
So
Ow.
Proximus and Acacia, Proximus and Fia are stunned, and that is it, I believe, for her turn.
Yeah, it's looking a little rough. It's fine.
Let's see. Trying to think if there was anything else I needed to do on that, but no, I think that's it. Yeah, so she is forming krakenosity to her, and with that, it is Proximus. You can, believe you can roll at the end of your turn a saving throw to end the stunned effect.
Okay. Man, I did this wrong. I paladined wrong. Shit.
What is that?
Well, because I had the aura of infinite season, I was gonna do that, but then I was like, oh no, I'll bring Smokey out. But here we are. We're doing things. Audible. Ooh, that's actually really good. That is a 23.
You are no longer stunned, but this is the end of your turn, so you can
Right.
act when the next round comes around. So, with that, Fia, if you would like to roll as well at the end of your turn.
Yeah, sure. Let's go. Okay.
In the head mind, like if you hear Acacia, maybe change of plans, because if we don't take her out, she's going to be hunting us across the oceans.
So what am I rolling again?
It is a DC 21 intelligence saving throw.
Okay. Oh god.
Got an extra +5 though.
Oh, that's true. That was what I needed actually, because that is exactly 21.
Perfect. No longer stunned
Good.
as well. Great. It's now the storm giant guards' turns. However, their ruler, de facto ruler, I suppose, has just revealed herself to be in line with Kraken's. They are not sure what to do. They kind of look back and forth. I will say that, yeah, they don't attack either of you, as they are confused at this point. I'll give them a roll. I'll give them a roll to see if they can wisdom save their way out of this nonsense.
Are
And
they within
neither
10
one got-
feet of me?
No.
They get a +5. If
I
they become
mean,
our friends,
Okay.
I will allow it.
One of them is just, I can't tell. It's like the
Yeah, one of them would have just been. So, I will say this. With that, he pulls his sword and he'll make a great sword attack against the Stormcaller.
Yes. Get her.
Let's go.
Let's see. He's got a +14. Yeah, that'll do it. And I'm sorry, Proximus, you also had that nat 20 to resolve as well with anything extra you'd like to do. So let me get this real quick and... Okay.
Did you want to like
so-
snap her Achilles heel?
Yeah,
So you could...
Yeah.
Essentially where you are, you could like half her movement by like cutting the Achilles tendon, if you want to go Saw about it. Or no, was that... that wasn't Saw. That was Hostile. Anyway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but so he does land his attack. She is still standing, but barely. Proximus, would you like to give any permanent effects to this?
Yeah, I
Stormcaller?
actually do like that a lot. I would stick the glaive into her Achilles, twisting it as it's with the radiant, and just slide it right out the back of the heel.
I will say that she has halved movement.
You ain't going nowhere.
Okay.
Oh no, I have Sentinel. I hit her with
Okay.
she
couldn't
ain't
have
going
moved.
nowhere.
So put
Yeah,
her,
so she can't move anyway.
Okay.
I'll hit her with the Sentinel. There it is. There.
Okay. We're back to top of the order with Acacia.
So if she got hit by Sentinel, she's technically back in the storm cloud.
Yeah, that
but you were-
undoes a lot
yeah,
of stuff.
so okay, no more.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It's all good.
That's fine.
Feats, man. Sorry.
Kind of seeing like the turn of events. Acacia like looks at the like where Winnie jumped off, and then like turns on her hoof heels and moves over to hit her.
Okay.
So I'm gonna roll to attack, which is a 22,
22 will hit.
and I'm gonna roll
go.
66. This is a total of 19 plus 6, which is going to be 25, but I think I moved technically 10 feet, so I'm also going to hit with my hooves as well on a charge,
Okay.
if it didn't take her down.
Not yet. You are so very close.
Where the fuck is my hoofs attack? I found it. We're good. That is a 26.
Yep.
I wish my hooves were magical. It is a total of 7 points of damage.
Okay. Very close. So very close.
What would I need?
Inches away.
Need? What did I need?
2 more hit points.
God.
I know. And typically, I would give that to you, but she does have a legendary action.
What a bitch.
It's her only legendary action. She looks to the storm giant that struck her and she says, "You traitors. You would side with invaders. Even your ancestors want your blood." And with that, she takes her webbed hand and slams the ground, Fulgurite ground, which you stand on. And you start to feel a rumbling, not the thunder above, but a thunder below. And you watch as this necrotic magic extends outwards from her claw-like webbed hands, and even extends into the throne where the skeleton of the king currently sits. And that skeleton begins to shift.
Oh, good.
And Winnie, you would watch as Fulgurite beneath you begins to break away, and skeletal hands from the tombs of kings long buried begin to claw their way outwards as she has awakened the dead storm giants. Okay. With
Remember when I was
that,
trying to cast ceremony? Yeah. Okay.
Unfortunately.
That was my fear. That was my fear.
There's a
Yep.
reason she smacked you away.
Yeah, I
There's
get
a
it.
reason she didn't ask nicely. Yeah. And Proximus, it is your turn. You are not stunned. What would you like to do?
I think it was Winnie's turn, right?
Yeah. What about Winnie?
Winnie's.
I'm sorry, Winnie. You're absolutely right. I thought, well, yeah,
I
that's right,
still
because it was
get
a
a turn.
legendary action. It was a legendary action. That's where I got mixed up. I apologize. Go ahead, Winnie.
It's okay. I get it. Everyone always forgets about Winnie when she leaps
Yeah,
out a
okay.
window.
All
It's no
right.
longer
You
part
did
of
do this to yourself.
When she dips on us.
To be
Yes.
fair.
I asked. I checked.
Winnie
You did.
You
has
did.
defenestrated herself so many
So
times.
much changed in the 30 seconds that you
Like,
were
it's not
gone.
every game that Winnie defenestrates, but it's like happened more than once, which
It's
is
a
weird.
lot.
Like, if I had a nickel, I'd have more than one nickel, and that's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
At least 20 cents.
Yeah.
So, there's always water below her. That's the point. So, Winnie is going to touch base in the mind link and just say, "Hey, things are not looking great down here. I'm coming back up."
They're not looking
Let's-
great up here either, Winnie.
Okay, well, right now I'm alone with a kraken and a whole bunch of like dead giants. So, Winnie's gonna cast Spider Climb on herself, and scamper up 30 feet of cliff or rocks or whatever it is. And well, I'll let you. I think it's probably smarter to use her boots first for 15 feet and then scamper up the other 30 feet.
Okay.
But I leave it to you.
Yeah, I mean, your movement is your movement. Is there anything else you were doing for your turn?
No. 15 balls. Okay, so I'm still 5 feet away. Just kidding. But I'm closer and I'm further away from the Krakens, so I guess that's it.
Yeah, would you give me a perception check on those Krakens, by the way? You have a pretty high perception, but let me see all that you're picking up.
Just gonna say, did I see one or did I see more than one?
Yeah, and we'll roll that perception, because they are decently far away at this point.
Yeah, okay. 18.
Okay. 18's pretty good. So with an 18, you pick up on a couple of things, actually. First of all, you pick up on the fact that there is a single Kraken, but it is not alone. There's not more than one Kraken, but there are several much smaller entities which are swimming alongside of it, including something that seems to be riding on its back. And you can't necessarily tell what that is just yet. But you pick up something else as well. There is a sound coming from further out in the storm, further to the south from where you are right now. And it is the sound of many voices all singing at once. And Winnie, as you look, right as you're about to get out of the water, you would see that there are multiple large creatures all being swum alongside with these glittering entities, all singing in unison. And as the cannons fire from Cross's Mercy towards the Kraken, you would see atop a humpback whale is your friend Scarlet, gleaming in resplendency as she sings along with hundreds of her siren sisters.
Hey, I think we have help.
And that is where we're going to end today.
Derek, please tell me that what went on when Kaila was like not here is going to be available in some media form or another.
I think
Please.
Kayla and I are going to record something for
Okay,
that.
good,
yes.
because I need the lore.
Yes.
And also, shout out especially to this track. This is
Yes.
the
It's so
Texas
good.
All-State Treble Choir. This is Elements 3 Fire. And I could not find anything that fit this better than these very, very angry college women. So
Thank
credit
you,
to
thank
them.
you, thank you, Texas Choir.
Yeah. They
Okay.
do sound like an army of sirens
They
doing
absolutely
a war
do.
cry. Yeah.
It is probably the only time I will be able to use that. I absolutely love it. I highly recommend you look it up. They are
Oh my.
they're so angry. Okay, let's go ahead and wrap things up
I'm
for this
stressed
week.
the fuck
So
out.
as we are joined by Kaila again next week,
Yay!
and I believe we get to hang on to LD for a little bit longer too.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
let's go.
So, my name is Derek. I have been your GM for Horizons Call. I use he, him pronouns. I have a cool last name. None of that's important right now. What's important is that I'm joined by these lovely folks every single week, and they help me tell this incredible story that I hope you all enjoy. I'm going to go ahead and have them go around, say a little bit about themselves, where you can find more of them. Then we'll do some channel news, and we'll let you get back to your evenings. But from me, personally, speaking for Sword and Key, thank you for joining us for this game. It really means a lot. You know, we tell these stories so other people can appreciate them along with us. So that said, Mare, if you don't mind starting us out, where can people find more of your lovely self?
Hey, hi, my name is Mary. You can find me on all the applicable social media, such as Twitter, Blue Sky, and Tumblr, at Archmage of Dice. I am not doing a lot of TTRPG stuff right now. I am here, of course, every single Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Horizons Call, playing your favorite centaur. And next week, I will, on the 2nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, over on Valdrian's channel, I will be running a game of Magical Kitties Save the Day called Magical Kitties and the Cat Toy of Joy to raise money for Extra Life in children's hospitals. So come check me out. Other than that, I am finally taking a break. And that's it.
And we appreciate Mare for everything that they have contributed to this channel and all other channels, really. They make some incredible work, so they are due for a break. Next up, Eva.
Hi, hello. I am Eva. You can find me many places at the Eva Serrate, or I believe over on Blue Sky as Eva Serrate. If it looks like me, it's probably me. If it doesn't, then it's the other person who has my username. You can find me here every Saturday, playing Weenie, who does like jumping out of windows. You can also find me this coming Friday, I believe, at 8 a.m. Pacific, over on Valdrian's channel. I will be running a game of Lasers and Feelings called Boy Problems, which is a heist to recover some lost Carly Rae Jepsen songs. It's going to be great, and it's for charity, Extra Life. So, very excited. And I will be also running some games on this channel coming up soon that have not been quantified or announced, but yeah. I am the other half of Sword and Keys, so I kind of live here.
Literally.
Feel like there's something I'm forgetting, but no, that's good.
I think that's all the stuff. Thank you, Eva. Next up, our lovely guest who has been so incredible to join us for as long as she has and is still going, which we very much appreciate. LD.
Hi, everybody. I'm LD. You can find me or Lady Aim. You can find me everywhere that's important, including Blue Sky and Twitter and Twitch at The Lady Dame. I am a late night variety streamer here on Twitch. Normally, you can find me streaming on my own channel at 9 p.m. Pacific on Sundays and Tuesdays and Sundays, Sundays and Tuesdays, whichever order makes the most sense to you, where I play a lot of visual novels and RPGs. And then on Mondays at noon, I'm playing Dragon Age, making my way through some Dragon Age. It's a good time. I am also going to be over on Valdrian's channel at 8 a.m. Pacific on Friday the 1st in Boy Problems, which is an incredibly early time for me to be playing games, but it's worth it for a good charity and for Carly Rae Jepsen shenanigans, because I love her. I'm super, super excited to be back, and I'll be here next Saturday too because I didn't get a job that I wanted, but that's okay because I get to come hang out with you all, so it works out. Also, I have another job, so it's fine. It's not the end of the world. But anyway, I'm so delighted to be here and to be your bloody, rage-filled harpy. It's cool.
Hot, bloody, rage-filled harpy.
Yeah.
We're delighted to have you. Next up, Mikyl.
Respectfully, very hot. Because I draw him that way. Hey, fam, I'm Mikyl. I do some art things. He, him pronouns. You can find me everywhere, social media at Mikyl Sandoval. And come check out my art. And then also come check out our Sword and Key Discord channel with Horizon Call Chat that I post all of my art in. And then we have an art channel. And you can see all the cool artists that are on the Sword and Key Discord channel. So come check us out. That's
Please do. And as always, special thank you to Mikyl for making the artwork, hot though it is. Or hot, I guess, thankfully, hot though it is. We always appreciate
Look at
Mikyl
her.
for creating
Sexy.
these incredible works. Last absolutely not least me, right? Because we don't have a Kaila. That's right. Hey, it is me. Hi, I'm Derek. If you want to find more of me, best place is actually beacons.ai/Derek Sword, all one word. You can find my Twitter there, although I mostly post on like Sword and Key stuff because that's all I do anymore. Or Monster Crush, which is a podcast I do with my friend Heavenly. We talk about different cryptids and creatures and all different types of monsters and how smoochable they are. And we actually have a guest episode coming up with the incredible Lady Dame, which will be coming out not tomorrow but the following Sunday, where we talk about D&D lycanthropes and all their various weirdness. So definitely check that out. It's a great episode. I'm editing it right now and enjoying all the jokes that we made all over again. If you want to find more Sword and Key stuff, you can do all of that at beacons.ai/Sword and Key. We have 2 casting calls currently out with more on the way. The first casting call is for a game of Humblewood, which if you're not familiar is kind of Redwall, anthropomorphic-esque D&D, where with all these little humble folk and bird folk and all the little animal creatures that go on an adventure. I am running it. It's a 12-week campaign. It's called Humblewood, the Unwanted Winter, where they're going to have to deal with some snowy stuff, which is kind of out of the realm of normal Humblewood stuff, where they're normally dealing with forest fires. It has a lot of Smokey the Bear vibes. The normal game. I am also casting for a game in October of A Night of Fright, which is a D&D Scooby-Doo parody with pre-generated characters. So if you've always wanted to play a D&D version of Tiefling Daphne or Half-Orc Paladin of Traps Sir Frederick, please come and apply to either of those. Again, those are on our beacons, as well as our Blue Sky and our Twitter. As far as other Sword and Key stuff coming up, we are planning for the month of October right now, so if you have games in mind, we're going to put up more applications out for those either Sunday night or Monday morning. And other stuff coming up, just to make sure that I have the calendar filled out. Today is the 26th, so we have Horizon's Call next week, and things are actually looking kind of quiet for the month of September. I will say that the Humblewood game, that session 0 is in September. My birthday is in September, so we'll maybe be playing Horizon's Call because it is on a Saturday. But I've been told that we may or may not be playing because I don't know what's going on that day. So we'll keep you updated. Until then, we can look forward to having Kaila back with us next week and get to congratulate her on stream for being engaged. We get to have LD back with us next week, and more shenanigans to come. So definitely join our Discord if you want more Sword and Key news. If you want up to date on Monster Crush podcast games, all that kind of stuff, it's all there. And please apply to our games because we would love to have you in them. I think that's it for this week. I think we're done. So until next time, fair winds and following seas, brave mariners. Take care of yourselves.
Bye. We're raiding Lost Caravan RPG, so stick around.
We're raiding Lost Caravan.
Bye, everybody.